tripping, this is easy, easy. Got them excited to meet me, meet me. I got diamonds, you got CZs, CZs. Wake up, get to it, and repeat, repeat. Hey, I ain't hear nothing haters say. Let them talk about us. My whole crew is about 100 deep. Gotta walk around it. I kill it and then I walk away. Put the chalk around it. I just get low key and watch them talk about it, yeah.
On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still gotta back up, cause it's on this old train line, I'ma get it done. Now I got the party jumping like it's double dutch. Then we spun the block, came back, double up like, ooh, I got a, yeah, met her uptown, but she from the borough, better known as the boogie down. All sookie now, get up out the kitchen, man, I'm cooking now. Brother man, slip me skin, suck it to me, and they gotta shut their mouth when they talking to me. I look around, it's a whole lot of fraction mamas, but I hit the highs, man, don't want the drama. Hey, peace and love, baby, keep it groovy. Every time we pop out, you know it's a movie. If I'm in hot water, then it's a jacuzzi. I gotta shake, so I'm throwing deuces. I gotta, even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back, cause you know I gotta, and she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still gotta, still gotta.
DA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Tonight, it's the AFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap. As it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Baltimore Ravens. It's the first of 6 games here on Super Wildcard Weekend, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
On second down, Jacobs. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. This now a 3rd and 4. Play action now. Cousins. Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 33. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. A handoff. Jacobs running to the left. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Cousins. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Adams, the man in motion left. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. But you've told me before, it's great to be an athlete. A lot of great athletes out there. It's good to have instincts, and he has those.
I would take those above athleticism in a lot of cases, because if you know where the ball's going before anyone else can get there and block you, you can make up for a lack of athleticism by being in the right spot.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards on that one, and a Raven first.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Down the left sideline. And
way in for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
36 yards.
And the Ravens will strike first here in this wild card matchup.
Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Gun! Black, white!
Play fake. Cousins. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now brings up 3rd down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some free receivers. That time, the defense won.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
70 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. They've got his man complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A handoff running left is Dobbins. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Third and 4. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it, but it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you got the 1st down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Another run here with Dobbins. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title. So they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. He rips off a nice run there.
Dobbins will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
On 2nd down, a run to Dobbins. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. They'll roll him out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Tucker's kick is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
2nd down, Jacobs once more.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
The slot man in motion right. On 3rd down, Cousins. And that is incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sideline and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff for Dobbins. 105 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here's a give to Dobbins. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now a 2nd and 6.
13.
Dobbins trying the left side.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches. A give. Dobbins trying the right side.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Now a carry for Dobbins.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
They're on the 17-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
157 yards rushing for him now as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the second round.
And in a situation like this, you're in the second half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up the first down.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
They'll run. It's Dobbins.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Now it's Jackson. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
The Ravens send their punter out now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
On play action, Cousins. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted.
Kyle Hamilton picks it.
And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Here's Dobbins.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give them the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there?
Yeah,
because
possibly.
I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Following the penalty, it's Hill. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
They stick on the ground on first down with Hill. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Back at the 30-yard line.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Still 15 yards to go, 2nd down. Now a toss left side for Dobbins.
Down to about the 22 here.
161 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice.
Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 4. Now a give to Jenkins running right. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action. Cousins. And his throw is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing is Cousins.
And this is incomplete. Oh, looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
If I'm making excuses, and I am, sometimes the sun can be difficult on a ball like that. That looked like it was going to be right there, but it's in and out of his hands. And a potential big play goes by the wayside.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Now Cousins.
Davante Adams. They'll have the 1st down and more than that. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. It's a big play there for Vegas.
49 yards. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
In motion, the tight end. To the air again, it's Cousins. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams from 17 yards out.
And the Raiders are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good.
Ravens 16, Raiders 6. Daniel Carlson, the kickoff for Raiders.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter. as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. He'll buy some time right.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. A give up the middle to Dobbins.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will be taken at the 13. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
Off the play fake, Cousins. Pass thrown to Adams. He's got it on the crossing route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Open man is Myers. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And quickly they get to the line.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Las Vegas.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's Jacobs. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. Here now, 2nd and goal. Jacobs. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Touchdown! Jacoby Myers taking it in. And the Raiders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
13.
So they got their touchdown. Now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And the Raiders have recovered. So they needed the onside kick. They got it. Now they need a field goal.
And that's the beauty of this. They don't have to get 6. A field goal ties the ball game for them. Nicely executed play.
Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Stever. First.
On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Here's 2nd down.
Cousins.
Gets this to Myers.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now.
Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty.
Colton Miller, former first-round pick, called for the penalty there. Penalties not what they needed here. 1st and 15.
Here's Cousins. And his throw here is incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
Cousins to throw. And he is caught. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 33. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So a big one coming now for Daniel Carlson. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout.
Daniel Carlson, the kickoff for the Raiders.
Well, plenty of chills and thrills in this one, and more to come here as overtime will decide who moves on to the divisional round. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, CD certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people called for this change before, and they finally got it. After the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and KC, they scored first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now if the game reaches OT, every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Playoff football at its best. Remember, a touchdown on this drive isn't a game winner as they work on second down here.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hughes. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
That is just a gigantic interception here in overtime of this playoff game. And now, Charles, all they need is 3 to win it.
That's exactly right, because now one possession, one field goal gets it done. They force a lot of big turnovers in the regular season, Brandon, but none come bigger than that one right there. Here in the playoffs, they got a chance to put this one away.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
So the next score wins here in the playoffs, and we will go as long as need be as they work here on second down.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Here is 3rd down and 4.
This to Jacobs on the toss right. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. What pressure as this thing all rests on the foot of Daniel Carlson. This to win it in overtime. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And the kick is good. He got it. And it's official now. They're going to the playoffs. Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.